Welcome back. You're watching Beyond the Headline. Now, the Ranbir Kapoor Alia Bhatt starrer Brahmastra is truly turning out to be a savior for the industry's sinking fortunes. Done very well over the weekend. Some estimates say over 200 crores worldwide. The overall box office in India is about 145 crore rupees. So has the jinx been broken? I'm speaking now to PVR CEO, PVR Picture CEO Gautam Dutta. Mr. Dutta, thank you so much for speaking with us on the show today. So has the Bollywood drought ended with Brahmastra?
Actually, a lot of people in the media have been calling it a drought, but this is not really a drought. There are films be released close to about 12 to 15 films a week. So this tends to happen. Of course, there have been a bunch of movies which have not done so well. But we were super confident that sooner than later, these great films will come in and sort of start the whole churn again. And Brahmastra has been the first one off the block, really gone far beyond and cleared all doubts, whatever they were, hopefully yet again, to say that consumers are just dying to get out and watch good content. And Brahmastra is delivering to that promise completely.
Now, I know you're saying that there is no drought, but the fact is it's been a bad quarter and a whole lineup of flops so far. So wouldn't that be a fair assessment that all of these movies have flopped miserably so far and Brahmastra has ended that spin?
In the historical run, if you were to see, there have been movies which have not done well. It's even been during festival season that sometimes movies haven't done well. But that doesn't mean that we begin to question. I'm sometimes very surprised that today there are debates happening on whether Bollywood revival and stuff like that is being talked about, which is really not the right way to look at this scenario. Because yes, some big films which we were very hopeful of didn't do so well at the box office. But some of the best creative minds are at work, and everybody is trying to create a great content. And sometimes consumer behavior, their desire to consume a certain content, comes into fore, and the industry learns very, very fast. So you will see that how creative minds would possibly tweak their storytelling. New stories are emerging. Look at how Vikram Veda is looking, Mani Ratnam PS1 is looking. So, it's just the beginning in the sense, and Brahmastra, in the sense, everybody turned around and said, hey, we are not so sure about the film, but the way it's kind of broken all records and come out really as a flagship product today. And look at the number of people who are coming in. Today, as we talk, close to 80 lakh people over the last 3 days have come and watched this film. I'm talking about all India, and which I think is very, very heartening, and already crossed the 100 crore, well crossed the 100 crore mark. They're at about 145, 150 GBOC, gross box office. So the fact is, a good content will always surprise us and also give us new highs. And that's exactly what happened with RRR and KGF. Gangubai, look at what happened with Kashmir Files. The list is really long. There are people forget, but the fact is, whenever there's been a compelling good story, consumers have come out in big numbers.
So, what is this learning in terms of content that you're talking about? That content creators have figured out, especially keeping in mind that viewers today have so much choice and such an array of options?
Absolutely. So they're all very aware of the changing consumer demands, and a storytelling is sort of reshaping itself, I would say. And you'll be surprised the amount of research and consumer discussions that is happening within the industry. And I think that happens all the time. But of course, whenever a film does not do well, actors, producers, directors, script writers, they all come together. And this is, I somehow feel this is bound to happen with every business. So I was talking to some journalist, and I said, sometimes even the big fashion brands often get their a certain collection completely wrong. But that does not mean that you begin to cross them out. It's just that perhaps they go back and say, hey, this collection didn't do well. And I will come back with a much stronger, better collection. I would sort of do a slightly more deeper research and come back with great, compelling stories. So Brahmastra tells us that whenever there is enough work and great storytelling that happens, consumers will come out and sort of support it. We all know the amount of noise that got created around Brahmastra. Nothing could stop it. And it's sort of done so well and continues to do. We believe the second weekend for the film is going to be very, very big as well. So I think the name of the game is really a little bit of patience, a little bit of support, and these are creative minds, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time for these guys to sort of turn around because they've been used to a certain kind of storytelling, and it's bound to happen that some people get it wrong. But it's also a fact that we will keep getting better in the craft that we have.
I hope so. I hope so for us viewers. Now, you alluded to the boycott trend in your previous response. Do you think that the success Brahmastra has seen has taken the wind out of the boycott trend? And as the CEO of a chain of multiplexes, do you get the shivers when there is a new boycott trend?
Yeah, if you look at our Q1 numbers, where we had a couple of big releases and they all had done well, Kashmir Files, RRR, KGF, we had virtually the same occupancy percentage as pre-COVID. We had the highest turnover. We had the highest food sales. We had the highest ATP. So the fact of the matter is, in Q1, we have established already that when good, compelling content will come, which came. Earlier, we were just talking. It was our confidence. But in Q1 end results that PVR had posted, we came in with flying colors on all accounts. And that really validated our claim that cinemas are here and they are rocking. Yes, in Q2, there were a slate of films that did not.
All right, so that's good news on the Brahmastra front. But let's just, play out for you the newsmaker of the day. And this is